Well, we were just on our own, just chilling, you know, drinking some water or some juice, doing one thing or the other, and listening to some music. And Nice came out and promised us that he was going to bring home a Grammy. Nobody asked him for it. He just decided to make that promise. And more than 10 years later, we have not seen the Grammy, and we have seen one scandal or two from Nice. Don't make promises you cannot keep. Please be sure that you always keep your promises and don't get into trouble while you're at it. Food for thoughts. Thank you for joining us on Unplug today. This is Every NG, and my name is Victor. It is time for us to take you through all the updates from across the world of entertainment, politics, sports, and the entire 9 yards. We're here to keep you updated, right? Thank you so much for joining once again. And without further ado, let's dive right into it for today. We're starting with Erica from BB Niger season 5, the lockdown season. And it was her birthday on Saturday as she turned 27 years old, and it was one to remember for her. You know, it seems like all the fans of the housemates made it something like a competition to see what fan base would do the most for their fave. And Erica's fans completely went out of their way. You remember that on Friday before the birthday proper, the fans were already doing stuff, you know, going to orphanages and giving gifts and food items, cakes, and all of that. Well, on the birthday proper, it was time to give Erica herself gifts, and boy, did she get gifts. Incredible gifts. I don't want to waste too much time, but she got a 3-bedroom house in Lekki. That was not all. She was also gifted stocks. And when I'm saying stocks, stocks in multi-billion-dollar international companies, the likes of Tesla, the likes of Disney, and Amazon. And I don't know what else beats all of that. I was talking with a few friends, and somebody was saying, Mona Erica, we know. She won the entire competition. But that might still be arguable, but we'll see. Congratulations once again to Erica. It was a really, really big one. And at her birthday party, Kidwire was in attendance. You remember that there has been some kind of controversy here and there as regards their relationship, but we know right now that they are no longer together. But then he was at the party, and Erica was dancing and offered to dance with him, but he just shunned her. Like, he refused to dance with her. Well, she moved on with her life, but people are, of course, talking. They'll always say one or two things. But why did he refuse to dance with her? But let me just tell you now, it's none of your business. All right? So move on with your life. Okay? Now let's move on. Let's talk Tolani Baj, who has also come under the spotlight during the weekend. And this time it was not something exactly positive. She posted a couple of pictures on Twitter. And as far as I'm concerned, those pictures were actually quite pretty, really beautiful pictures. I'm like, oh wow, Tolani Baj is a babe. But people went under the comments and dragged her, lashed her, and bashed her for indecent dressing. According to them, what she wore was indecent. I don't want to be the judge over this matter. I'll just leave it to your interpretation, to your own discretion. Do you think this is an indecent kind of dressing, especially when you compare to what some other female celebrities wear? And then just decide for yourself. All right? Okay. Away from Tolani Baj now, yesterday was Grammy Day, and it was massive. It was highly anticipated, the 63rd Grammy Awards. They were actually supposed to be held in January, earlier in the year, but due to coronavirus concerns, it was postponed by about a month and a half, and it was held yesterday, March the 14th. It was a very, very wonderful night for Nigerians because we had so many names representing on the list, and they did not disappoint, especially the big name that was on everybody's lips that everybody was really expecting to bring home the biggest award on that particular night, and that was Burna Boy. Burna Boy's Twice a Star album carted the award Best Global album category. It was really, really wild. I mean, a lot of people were confident that he was going to, do it this time. His second consecutive nomination. He didn't win it last year, but he was able to, take it home this year. And apart from Burna Boy, wizkid also did us proud. He was on Beyonce's Brown Skin Girl, and that particular song, the video now, won an award as well. And wizkid was a huge part of the song and the video, and he is also a winner. So it was really a big night for Nigerian music. And well, there has been some talk about likes of Tiwa Savage and a couple of other Nigerians, but particularly Tiwa Savage, who was on another project. But that one is quite disputed, and maybe we'll talk about it some other time. But big congratulations to Burna Boy and wizkid. Now, Burna Boy's mother is his manager. A lot of people call her his momager, right? And she was all smiles, very, very happy. In fact, we saw videos of Burna Boy and his mom, holding each other, expressing the joy and everything. And she said this particular award win for her son was the best Mother's Day gift ever. March the 14th, of course, is Mother's Day, and he was able to get the award on that particular day. She was really grateful, and she was all smiles, very happy. Congratulations to mom and momager and son himself. Now, Burna Boy has had this beef for a while now with Davido, but Davido seemed to put all the differences aside as he congratulated Burna Boy and wizkid. He said it was a big win for African music, for Nigerian music, and of course that is actually quite true. So from Davido, from every other person wishing them the best and congratulating them, and from us as well, it's congratulations Burna Boy, congratulations wizkid, thank you for doing us proud. Okay, now let's move on. Let's talk Bobrisky, who always finds his way into the news, or she, or they. Anyways, Bobrisky and Nkechi Blessing, you remember, less than 2 weeks ago, were really, really tearing at each other on social media. There was this terrible fights that they were having when it came to this tattoo situation and whatnot. Well, they decided that it was time to bury the hatchets, and they settled the entire situation. And I was quite impressed. I was like, oh wow, after fighting so dirty and dragging each other that much, you could actually settle. Well, it shows that nothing is impossible. And whether or not they did it for clout, like some people have said, you can never tell. But the fact of the matter is that they have buried the hatchet. All right. Now, Bobrisky still, but this time, as regards Tonto Dike, if you follow them closely, you'd know that Tonto Dike and Bobrisky are actually quite good friends, like really, really close friends. In fact, they refer to each other as besties. Tonto Dike says Bobrisky is her best friend. But apparently, the title of best friend has been taken away from Bobrisky and has been given to somebody else. Tonto Dike has, in quotes, dumped Bobrisky for someone else who is now her new best friend. I cannot claim to be privy to the details of that particular one, but whatever the reason was, I don't know, but maybe they're still friends. I don't think there's any real differences between them. But there you have it. Bobrisky has been dumped by Tonto Dike. Okay, now let's talk something a bit more serious. But Pokoli, this time, he was dragged over the weekend for sexual harassment. Now, Pokoli is a dancer, and he was called out by another dancer for sexual harassment on set and all of that. There was even a video that surfaced where he was heard saying some things that were sexually derogatory rather, and a lot of people have been slamming him. Is this what you do, because you work with female dancers and all of that? Is this what they have to suffer in your hands? Well, Pokoli has not exactly made any comments yet. We'll keep an eye open for that one, but it's not something good to be reporting, because these are people that a lot of people look up to, and if this is actually what they do, behind closed doors, then it's absolutely wrong, completely wrong. All right, now let's talk some national news now. Insecurity in the country has been a very big issue, and a lot of people have advocated for Nigerians to, for arms use to be legalized in Nigeria, and Nigerians should be able to defend themselves, get your own weapon, your pistol or whatever it is, and be able to defend yourself. Apparently, It's more than just people saying it, and the House of Representatives is taking it seriously now. A bill has actually surfaced in the House of Representatives that seeks to legalize weapons for people from 18 years and above for self-defense, purely self-defense reasons. And I'm wondering, okay, what exactly are the ramifications of this particular thing if it does go through? I mean, what about gun violence, unprovoked, and not just self-defense? What exactly is going to happen? I hope they will put all those into consideration as they deliberate on this particular bill. All right. Now, fuel scarcity has been or was a big issue over the past week or more. And then we heard that the pump price of petrol has been hiked from about 162 naira to 212 naira per litre. Last week, the news was all over the place, but the federal government and the NNPC continued to deny it, that they have not at all increased the price of petrol. In fact, went as far as saying that any petrol station that is caught doing that should be, sanctioned and all of that. But the problem is that Nigerians out there on the streets are actually buying petrol for 212 naira per litre. So how do you reconcile the fact that you said you have not increased the pump price with the fact that people are actually buying it at this particular rate? I mean, what happens? 212 trended all over social media throughout last week, and people, of course, try to make jokes of it and everything. But the reality of the situation is that that is the actual price that people are buying at right now. So who should we believe? The people we're actually buying the petrol from, or you authorities in high places saying a different thing? We need to know what exactly is going on, and we need answers right away. Okay. I was already getting emotional there, but let's move away from that now. And a pastor in Ghana actually scared me. It scared me for a bit, but he prophesied about Davido, a prophecy in quotes. And he was saying that Davido has to be careful because he has seen in quotes, that Davido is going to be shot dead at an event, and he has to be careful with the people he moves with, the places he goes to, because he is actually seeing Davido's death in the future, whether it's near future or whatever. But a lot of people have come out to say, man, these fake pastors and whatnot. Other people are saying, Davido has to be careful. And some people are saying, what is your business? You are in Ghana. Why are you seeing prophecy for a Nigerian musician? What's your problem? What do you want? This is how these people, come and try to get attention. Maybe Davido is going to give him something. I'm not the one saying so. But just so you know, that is what this Ghanaian pastor is saying about Davido. But hopefully nothing like that happens. And we're talking about Pokoli and sexual harassment earlier, but a Nollywood actress has come out and spoken about the same thing going on, or something similar going on in Nollywood. And her name is Tonya Nweke. She revealed that she had to travel from Lagos all the way to another state, some very serious distance, to get involved in a movie. And the producer of the movie actually demanded sex from her before she would be able to carry out a particular role. And she said she went back because there was no way she was going to, do that. And she said, despite the fact that Nollywood is making giant strides, there's still some really dirty-minded people in the industry who try to sabotage the progress of the industry with some of these nasty things that they do. And this is actually good when you see people who are victims of this thing actually come out and share their stories, so that we know what is going on and we know how to fight against it. All right, so that is that about that. And on the foreign scene now, last week we were talking about 9 European countries that suspended the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Well, make that 10 now, because the Netherlands has also suspended the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Now, it cannot be a coincidence anymore. It cannot be a mistake anymore that all these countries are actually suspending use of this vaccine. And let's not forget, we already have about 4 million doses of this vaccine in Nigeria that's prepared to be used on people. Deaths are being reported, all sorts of terrible side effects are being reported. Should we go on to use these vaccines? Just last week, health authorities were defending the vaccine, saying that the side effects are mild, nothing like that. But is there really any point trying to defend it? You're not the one who made it. If there's actually an issue, why not look into it as thoroughly as possible so we don't have any problems, right? Hopefully they do that and everybody can be safe. But now let's talk sports as we wrap it up. Kelechi Iheanacho scored his first career hat-trick yesterday for Leicester City. That was in their 5-0 win against Sheffield United. It was his first career hat-trick, and he dedicated that particular moment in his career to his mother. Yesterday was Mother's Day, of course, and he dedicated it to his mother particularly and to mothers all around the world. It was a special moment for him, and it was some really beautiful football from him to be able to get that hat-trick as well. So congratulations, Kelechi Iheanacho. More of the same for you, and of course, not just at your club, but when you come to play for Nigeria. All right, please, thank you very much. That is all we have on Unplug for today. It's a pleasure as always bringing you the show. My name remains Victor, and this is Every NG. Until we come your way next time, it's goodbye.